Blumhouse's Drop opens in theaters this weekend, starring White Lotus as Meghann Fahy and not Justin Baldoni. Wait, did he really wear the same outfit he wore to the It Ends With Us premiere? My God. Welcome to Movie World Plus, the place where we talk movies. I'm Andy Signor, and yep, I saw the movie Drop. I'm not going to spoil the lead here. I actually had a good time with this movie. I'll explain why, and I'll advise whether you should see it too this weekend. Before we get into the Brandon Sklenar of it all, for those of you following my It Ends With Us coverage, I have some feelings on this guy. But the film focuses on Meghann Fahy, who I gotta say, I've become a big fan of. My wife and I actually loved her in The White Lotus. She was really good in The Perfect Couple as well. If you guys didn't see here, White Lotus, she was one of the, in the couples with Aubrey Plaza in White Lotus season 2. And then she was in The Perfect Couple with Nicole Kidman and Liev Schreiber. Yeah, she's just I don't know, she stands out. She's a good actress, like what she's doing. And it was nice to see her in a sort of leading feature role for Drop. And I thought she did a really good job in this film. The movie itself is a bit ridiculous. I'm not going to lie, but I thought it was ridiculous in the best of ways. The movie focuses on a woman who's mourning, her previous relationship that was had abuse. I got to be careful of the words I say on these channels, of a guy she was with, and she's struggling to get back out there, but still has the trauma of that. And so, warning, there are moments of that in the film that they do touch upon, but the movie is mostly surrounds her putting herself back out there. And yep, she meets Brandon Sklenar as her first date at this restaurant. And as they are cutely having their date with the amazing view and everything else, she suddenly starts getting drops, like AirDrops on her phone. Like as you have them, you're like, oh, someone wants to send you a file. Always say no. But the movie sort of, and I don't know if this really exists in real life. I don't subscribe to these apps or anything, but they sort of then amplify this sort of app that allows you to drop items with people in your vicinity. They open up the app and they're trying to figure out, well, who could it be? Who's in the area? And so while she's trying to, enjoy this first date with this guy she's been talking online for a while, it just gets weirder and weirder. And then suddenly the drops get more and more serious, prompting her to not tell her date or anyone in the restaurant, because something bad's going to happen if she doesn't start listening. And so it becomes a sort of crazy whodunit thriller that my wife and I both caught. We just had fun with this movie. It's funny at times, tense at other times, completely ridiculous in the best of ways at other times, but it's total kind of fun theatrical thriller type of movie that I actually really do love. I'm not a big horror movie guy at all. This was more of those like, edge of your seat. Who's doing it? What's happening? You absolutely have to, suspend your disbelief and leave it at the door for sure with this movie. But I got to give this movie props. It came out well. And if it wasn't for this big dummy, I'd like it even more. But even he's not terrible in the movie. It's weird. I want to give a shout out to the director, Christopher Landon, who also did Happy Death Day. I think he's doing some good films here, and I appreciated this one. It's a silly sort of premise, one location premise, that mostly, but then it does get a little bit more exciting at times. But interesting idea that then they elevate out into sort of a Hitchcockian for the modern cell phone era, with silliness, of course. Drop is definitely, if you like that type of thriller, I would definitely advise you see it in theaters this weekend. And I hope to see more of her. She's good. And yeah, well, let's talk about Brandon Sklenar, because look, Brandon Sklenar, who was It Ends With Us. He was the guy that the Atlas, Lily's childhood friend, grows up to be the perfect man. And Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively weirdly had some serious crush on, or at least pretended to avoid the whole Justin Baldoni of it all. Spotlighted him throughout the press, as those of you following me over there know. This dude who couldn't iron his suit for the first premiere decides to just wear the same one. Like literally, like, dude, you have one look. You even had to do the hand in the pocket thing again. Like, your publicist didn't advise you to maybe get a different look for this. I mean, I know it's hard to be a working actor these days. It's not as paying as much as they used to be, but still, you're on Yellowstone and stuff. Like, you don't have another outfit. You decided to wear the same outfit to this, your two big movie premieres. I mean, this guy is such a dolt. And the reason I say that, with all due respect, sir, he was one of the ones who was out there supporting Blake. He went out there supporting Blake early on, and then out of nowhere, as everyone else sort of realized, oh crap, Blake's lying. he stopped supporting Blake and then very vocally just would not keep defending her publicly. Even though Ryan and Blake were like, he's the next Batman, he should be Wolverine. They were just hyping him up like crazy. He decided to stop supporting her, but then he also wouldn't support Justin. He ended up wearing the same flower pin in an event, and then when called out, made a whole to-do to explain, oh, that was an accident. I'm not at all supporting anybody, blah, 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 blah. So look, I don't fault anybody for not wanting to step in the ends with us drama, but you inserted yourself, my man. And then you're trying to like exit as if you didn't chime in, but you did. And so now you got to deal with it. And I don't like people who aren't loyal. Like if you're a friend, you're going to support, like you got to still have support. You can behind the scenes, reprimand and make sure your friend's doing the right thing, of course, and tell them you don't like what they did, but you don't go publicly out there knocking the other. And that's what this guy, in my opinion, did to Justin Baldoni. He jumped to defend Blake because they were the powerful couple before all the facts came out, and now it's affecting. And now, as more and more I've paid more attention to this guy than I probably ever would have, I just think he's the most spineless, unfriendly person in the world. And now, all of that said, all that preamble, I'm annoyed to say, like, he's not bad in the movie. He's just not. I can be unbiased at things. And as I watched it, to my chagrin, while I expected to be distracted, I mean, he's playing the same type of perfect guy again, or is he? But anyway, my point is, like, he definitely knows how to play that guy of, like, the guy who's going to be there to support the girl. He's definitely getting pigeonholed in that role. Or is he? I'm not going to spoil the movie, or am I spoiling the movie? Or maybe I'm not spoiling the movie. But either way, I'm just going to say, like, for the bulk of the movie, yeah, he does, that two of them have good chemistry. I can't deny the fact that these two clearly had good chemistry. They're, two guys who were able to lead a movie, which is hard in this day and age, especially since we seem to have the same 5 stars in every movie, especially younger talent or what have you. Everything's starring Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. It just feels like it's nice to see some other people get their shot. And I thought she does. I am a fan of her. My wife and I like her. We've been watching her for a while, so excited to see her. But he did fine. I can't be mad at him in this movie. In the movie itself, I can be mad at him in real life. I can not be a fan of his actions in real life, but in the movie, he does a fine job. So overall, Drop is definitely a fun one this weekend if you got a chance, and especially a good date movie. Take your date or yourself. Take yourself on a date to the movie and enjoy the silliness and tension and fun that I found Drop to be. The exact type of thriller, Blumhouse thriller that I love. That genre of Blumhouse, this is my jam. And Drop did not disappoint. So I guess drop what you're doing. Ha, 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 and check it out. Meanwhile, also make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, smash that like button as well, and leave your comments down below. Yeah, this is where I post my movie reviews. If you just found it, I hope you'll subscribe. Movie World Plus, where we talk movies. And appreciate you guys who've been watching. So stay tuned. A lot more coming here and on the other channels. Appreciate all you guys. Have an amazing weekend. Let me know if you checked out Drop. What did you think?